Have you ever wondered why the villainess in anime series always seems to have the most fun? Is it their audacious confidence, their outrageous schemes, or perhaps their total disregard for societal norms that make them so irresistibly entertaining? Welcome to an exploration of the world of the Villainess series, where we'll uncover the secret sauce behind the hysterical scenes that make us laugh out loud. Consider the scene in My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, where our protagonist, Katharina Klaus, is hit on the head by a rock. The absurdity of a noblewoman, who's supposed to be the epitome of grace and elegance, being knocked out cold by a simple rock is a comedic goldmine. It's the stark contrast between the expected behavior and the actual situation that makes this scene so funny. It shatters our preconceived notions about the character and adds a layer of complexity and humor to the narrative. Then there's the scene in The Villainess Reverses the Hourglass, where Arya uses the power of the hourglass to turn back time. The hilarity ensues when she, instead of altering significant events, chooses to change minor, trivial things, like the color of her dress or the menu for dinner. This scene is a brilliant satire on the common trope of time manipulation in fantasy series. It adds a fresh twist to the narrative and pokes fun at the often over-dramatized use of such powers. Let's not forget the scene in Death is the Only Ending for the Villainess, where Penelope Eckhart, the villainess, tries to blend into the crowd by wearing a ridiculous disguise. This scene is a perfect example of situational comedy. The attempt of a notorious villainess to become inconspicuous by wearing an even more conspicuous disguise is both ironic and hilarious. In The Villainess Wants to Marry a Commoner, Isabella, despite being a villainess, falls head over heels for a commoner. The comedy here stems from the clash of her villainous persona and her genuine heartfelt feelings for a commoner. The irony of the situation and the stark contrast between her public image and her private feelings create a humorous tension that keeps the audience entertained. In conclusion, the Villainess series use a mix of irony, satire, and situational comedy to create hysterical scenes that keep us hooked. From Katharina Klaus getting knocked out by a rock, to Arya using time manipulation for trivial matters, to Penelope Eckhart's ridiculous disguise, and finally, Isabella's unexpected love for a commoner. These scenes not only add a comic relief to the series but also give depth and complexity to the villainous characters. So, the next time you watch a Villainous series, pay close attention to these comedic elements. You might find that behind the laughter, there's a clever narrative technique at work, making these villainesses more relatable and human, and the series all the more enjoyable. Until next time, keep laughing and keep exploring the fascinating world of anime.